The history of medicine is filled with remarkable discoveries that have saved millions of lives. However, it also contains tragic events that have taught the healthcare industry valuable lessons. One of the most significant and devastating pharmaceutical tragedies in history was the Thalidomide Disaster. This event not only changed the way medicines are developed and approved, but also led to the birth of modern pharmacovigilance, the science of drug safety monitoring. The story began in 1957 when thalidomide was introduced by the German pharmaceutical company Grunenthal. The drug was initially marketed as a sedative and sleeping pill. It was promoted as being extremely safe because it appeared difficult to overdose on compared to other sedatives available at the time. Soon, doctors began prescribing thalidomide to pregnant women to help manage morning sickness, nausea, and sleep disturbances during pregnancy. Since the drug seemed safe in adults, many physicians and patients trusted its use without hesitation. However, a devastating problem was developing behind the scenes. During the late 1950s and early 1960s, doctors in several countries began noticing an unusual increase in babies born with severe congenital abnormalities. Many infants were born with shortened or missing limbs, a condition known as phocomelia. Others suffered from defects affecting the ears, eyes, heart, kidneys, and other organs. At first, the cause was unclear. The sudden increase in these rare birth defects puzzled researchers and healthcare professionals around the world. The breakthrough came in 1961 when two physicians independently identified the connection between thalidomide and birth defects. Australian doctor William McBride and German pediatrician Widukind Lenz observed that many mothers of affected children had taken thalidomide during pregnancy. Further investigations confirmed the link. Researchers discovered that thalidomide could interfere with fetal development during critical stages of pregnancy. Even a single dose taken during a specific window of embryonic development could cause severe abnormalities in the unborn child. Once the connection became clear, governments and health authorities moved quickly to remove the drug from the market. Unfortunately, the damage had already been done. It is estimated that more than 10,000 children worldwide were born with thalidomide-related birth defects. Thousands of additional pregnancies ended in miscarriage or stillbirth. Many affected children faced lifelong physical disabilities, multiple surgeries, and ongoing medical challenges. The tragedy shocked the world and exposed major weaknesses in drug development and regulatory oversight. At the time, medicines could often reach the market without extensive testing. There were limited requirements for evaluating how drugs affected pregnancy or fetal development. Clinical trials were smaller and post-marketing safety monitoring systems were largely undeveloped. The thalidomide disaster became a turning point for the pharmaceutical industry. Regulatory authorities around the world introduced stricter requirements for drug approval. Pharmaceutical companies were now required to conduct extensive preclinical studies, including reproductive and developmental toxicity testing before a medicine could be approved. Clinical trials also became more rigorous, with greater emphasis placed on demonstrating both safety and effectiveness before products could reach patients. One of the most important outcomes of the disaster was the development of pharmacovigilance. Pharmacovigilance is the science of detecting, assessing, understanding, and preventing adverse effects or other drug-related problems. Its goal is to ensure that medicines continue to be monitored even after they are approved and used by large populations. The tragedy demonstrated that not all drug risks become apparent during clinical trials. Some safety issues only emerge when medicines are used by thousands or millions of patients in real-world settings. As a result, adverse event reporting systems, safety databases, risk management plans, and global drug monitoring programs were developed to identify potential safety concerns as early as possible. Today, pharmacovigilance is a critical part of healthcare and pharmaceutical regulation. Regulatory agencies, pharmaceutical companies, healthcare professionals, and patients all contribute to monitoring the safety of medicines throughout their life cycle. Ironically, thalidomide itself did not disappear completely. Years later, researchers discovered that it could be useful for treating conditions such as multiple myeloma and certain inflammatory diseases. However, its use is now strictly controlled under comprehensive safety programs designed to prevent exposure during pregnancy.